Hi, welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, July 16th of 2024. I'm Giovanni Benacourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets, and this has been recorded previous to the U.S. session trading session. Okay, that was redundant. But anyway, well, of course, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell can't say it out loud, but his comments yesterday are the clearest indication that the interest rate cuts are on top of his mind. Powell repeated his concern highlighted last week that the weakening labor market is becoming more worrisome, and he added that inflation doesn't need to get all the way down to the 2% target before the Fed makes a move. Policy takes effect with a lag after all. A cut at the end of the month may still seem unlikely, but markets are now pricing in a 86% chance of a reduction in September. Another quarter point cut in December is also fully priced in. Now, it's no coincidence that the increased certainty of rate cuts is corresponding to a strong run in smaller company stocks, while big technology names like Nvidia, Microsoft, Tesla, and Apple are taking a breather from the artificial intelligence hype. Firms that are sensitive to lower rates are taking off. For example, the S&P Equal Weight Index, which ignores a company's market value in price moves, is up 2.8% over the past week, more than twice as much as the overall S&P. The Russell 2000 index of small cap stocks jumped 1.8% yesterday to close at its highest since 2022. Lower interest rates help most companies, especially those reliant on bond sales, to expand by making it cheaper to borrow money. The so-called Trump trades of energy, manufacturing, and finance sectors that stand to benefit if former President Donald Trump wins the election are also hot, but approach with caution as plenty can happen between now and November in both politics and investing. For now, the prospect of rate cuts are a boost. They are the main reason the market will keep rising. So with that being said, let's take a look at what we can speculate to see in today's market fluctuation. So in front of us, we have the NASDAQ on a daily chart. We are daily traders. Most of us are swing traders. And so yesterday I had spoken that I was looking at the market to obviously to continue the momentum to the upside, followed by that gap that we should open with. I placed 20,800 as my resistance, and we came to it, and just retreated real quick after almost reaching it. The high was 20,795. Okay, so I missed it by 5 points. All right, and now today this candle yesterday closed at 20,624, and this candle opened today at 20,623. A tiny bitty, because it was closed at 2064, 624, and this one opened at 623. So it's okay. I'm not gonna say it's down, but it is down. So, and then it did fluctuate lower into the into the London session, European session. But it quickly retreated or it recuperated, and now it's in the green. So I'm speculating, since we are with the RSI, flattish, and below the overbought line. So I am going to speculate that we're going to continue and we're going to make another attempt at 20,800. As far as the S&P yesterday as well, it picked above our level of resistance. So 5,700 seems to be that sweet point. So let's stay on that one until we actually break it, which is closing above it. So also buying it. Then we have the Dow. Also, he's walking the bands. So I'm gonna still look for a 40,800. Then we have the Russell, which this is breaking. No, this is also breaking the resistance. We're going to raise up to 2240 and raise the support right to where the Bollinger Band is coming. So it's still, all four indices are looking into the green. So let's go with the momentum. Crude oil is taking a dive. 79 broke that $80 psychological support level. So will it because it didn't come to it. So the lower Bollinger Band is acting as a dynamic support level so keep that in mind. So yeah, going with the trend, selling it. So yesterday I did say sell Nat Gas. It did rebound off the 210. So now I'm looking today to be just a profit taking opportunity perhaps. So trading back into the middle of yesterday's range. So if you're gonna go with the trend, is selling. Going counter trend will be buying. So make up your mind. Then we have gold that is violating that resistance level and is just pushing higher. So let's use 2450 as a probable level of support, and let's just use 2400 and change. So going with the trend, buying. Silver by the silver bullet. Is silver ever populates? Come on, silver, populate. There you go. All right, so yesterday silver, and even though it did had a nice run into the upside, it quickly retreated and it closed flattish. So let's see if today is going to be another run out as yesterday. So now buying it. Also copper. Copper should, with all this amount of AI and all these deals going on, new computers being built, copper is going to continue to have a high demand anyhow. It's not only just used, obviously, industry, but obviously for homes. A lot of things, homes are also made out of copper. So let's keep that in mind. Whenever it loads, if it loads, come on, Bobby, come on, copper need to load. Need to load here, taking too long. So besides today's market expectations, we've seen a whole lot more support, obviously, coming in after this weekend events, and more things are happening. We're having to be some breaking news in June retail sales right now. So it seems to be doing pretty well. All of these deals about us being able to save when inflation is done, it just stays around. Now the June retail sales, also import prices, obviously, is coming in right now, and they seem to be right in line with expectations. So copper it doesn't seem to be wanting to load. Let me then just see if I go to another one that loads. Bitcoin, not loading. The euro, it isn't loading. And the pound isn't loading, nor the dollar index is loading. Okay, so just because I'm having this glitches with the last few charts, I'm just gonna stop here, and then sorry about this, but I will come back tomorrow and see. So just right off the bat, looking at the numbers, so copper is a negative percentage of 0.20% down. See if you could find a level of support that we could do perhaps a counter trend, and then Bitcoin hitting like 64,000 marker, but retreating after hitting that. So perhaps another point to look at as a retracement. The euro it did retreat a whole lot after beating 109. It's about 108.8, trading lower, and the pound is also retreating after hitting 130, and because the dollar index seems to be also in the down. So anyhow, well, that's it for me today. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow.